and all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the US. In theory, that means a stronger US economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
Launched a trade war against the United States, launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite. But we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. At the moment, the US tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning. and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods, starting with tariffs on $30 billion. The United States launched a trade.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Oh, breaking fuck the news. China has responded with a 50% retaliatory tariff on all American goods. Canada, again, is threatening to shut that motherfucking power. Well, Doug Ford is threatening to cut that motherfucking power off. Don't know what Mexico doing.
And once again, I look at the Democrats.
Right now, the first time in history that we now have people speaking out against the president during it, and they're threatening to kick people out. He's threatening Democrats to kick them out for protesting during President Trump's speech. The first time ever in history they're trying to kick him out. And there's even more people that they're threatening to kick out as well. And he's leaving. This is the first time in U.S. history. They're actually escorting him out right now. This is live. This is happening at this very moment. They stopped the State of the Union. First time in U.S. history. And he's still still yelling at him. I've never seen this ever.
Members are
For the sake of the American people and the Canadian people, he needs to pull back. I'm going to tell you exactly.
Yeah, we're all gonna. You got Cash Apple.
President Trump ran on a mandate.
You better have it. I'll get 10,000 because I'm already knowing this is going to be a disaster right now.
And lower cost. It's going to work totally opposite. Plants will close down within a week. Assembly plants in Michigan, which is a red state. Manufacturing will stop. And the people of the U.S., which I absolutely love, the American people, they're going to be paying more. The market is going to go downhill faster than the American bobsled team.
It's true,
It's
Apple.
going to be an absolute disaster.
Wait until you hear what he has to say, though.
We're your largest trading partner. I don't want to respond, but we will respond like they've never seen before. You need our uranium, you need our potash, you need our high-grade nickel. I will stock
Nickel, especially.
Nickel at 50% of your military and manufacturing needs. Your aluminum, the steel, the lumber.
Aluminum, 100,000 jobs being lost.
Disaster. And this is all due to one person, that's President Trump. I have talked to endless governors, Republican governors and Democrats, senators and Congress people. I love the U.S. I lived there for 20 years. They're all saying this is the craziest thing that someone could ever do.
Well, sir,
it's going to create massive problems.
Well, let me ask you. You said a couple of things here I want to ask you about. First of all, you said that
he's even stuttering.
You will respond. Help me understand what you expect the Canadian Prime Minister might do, and what you yourself might do as the leader of a province there in Canada.
Thinking about going solar, but not.
Sorry.